comes down to 60 minutes here on Friday, and we've all seen that different things can happen. And so love how we're playing, and looking forward to laying it on the ice there.
They've lost the game, so they presumably can be beaten. How do you do it?
Well, you've got to try and keep the puck out of your net first. They're an extremely offensive team. They are incredible off the rush. The top 3 Patty Kaz finalists are all from their team. They've got 5 U.S. Olympian type players on their team, and so they're just a very well-balanced team. They've got excellent D, a ton of scoring up front, and their goaltender is one of the best in the country too. So, but it's hard to outscore them, and so the more that we can keep the puck out of our net, the better it's going to be.
What did last Saturday do? You're there with 30 seconds left and a chance to win it on your stick a couple of times.
Yeah. I mean, we had a breakaway, we had a power play late, and again, I just think that obviously the result wasn't what we wanted, but it certainly gave our team confidence in how we're playing and how we need to play to have success against these really good opponents. And so, love how we're playing here at the end of the year, and looking forward to giving it a shot.
Your team doesn't play from the underdog role a lot. Is there some benefit in that? And how do you handle that from being, nobody expects us to win loosey-goosey, to still got to play a really good team?
Well, for sure, yeah. It's a good question. It's you can try and play up the underdog role, and some kids might buy into it and some might not, depending on who they are. We know we're a really good hockey team. We also know that they're the favorite, and we've got an opportunity here to play really well for 60 minutes and give it a great shot.
What factor does the Ritter Arena play?
I think it can be, certainly the familiarity, and we know the boards well, we know the stands well, we're in our locker room, things like that. So those, I think, are things that just allow our team to be extremely comfortable. There was a ton of pressure last week to win and get to the Frozen Four, so that we're here in front of our fans and playing on the last weekend. And now that we're here, I just want our team to relax and play the way they can and see what happens. So certainly being at home is something we're excited about.
How much do you rely on your senior leaders at a time like this to do all the things that you're talking about?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we just met with our captains last night and had some great discussions. It's, Murph, Ella, Peyton, Nellie, like a couple of those kids have played in some pretty darn big games in the Olympics. And the others have played in big games, whether it's, U18 or U22 stuff. So every player on our team has played in some sort of big game, whether it's a state tournament game or a U18 game or 22 national team, whatever it is. And so again, just relying back on what we've done throughout the year here, and not trying to be anything that we're not.
Rather than look back at the matchups with Wisconsin and in the regular season, what stands out to you that maybe that you think of like, well, this needs to change this time around, what needs to get better, what has to be different this time?
Yeah, again, like when we were at our place, they score in bunches. When we were at their place, they did the same thing. They got 1, they got 2, they got 3. All of a sudden, they're 3 goals in 3 or 4 minutes, and so we've got to try and stem or stop the momentum if they get it. Obviously keep the momentum on our side, and we all know in hockey there's ups and downs, and momentum swings both ways. But they're a team that is so incredibly gifted offensively that if you get loose, if you take strides off, if you don't play the right way, bad things can happen. And so for us, it's just continuing to get on our game early, force them to defend a little bit, and try not to allow them to really freewheel as much as they want to.
What did you see in their game against Clarkson?
Everything that we've seen all year. You look at the goals that they scored. 2 were power play goals, but one was kind of a turnover at the blue line. All of a sudden they get it and it's in the net. Another one was a late attacker rush, just a beautiful pass cross ice to the 4th player coming into the zone. So those are things that we've got to track well. We've got to make sure we're picking up on the back check, things like that. But they are who we know them to be, and they're incredibly gifted.
You start You started out 2 for 2 on the power play last Friday. What's been working on special teams lately?
Confidence, puck movement, timely goals. You know, you think back to the 2 goals against Ohio State a couple weeks ago that got us back in the game there to make it 2-2. And special teams are just such big things here this time of year, and it's hard to score on the power play because everybody's digging in a little more, and you're not getting as many power plays as maybe you got earlier in the year because things are called so tight. So anytime we get a power play, we need to try and take advantage as best we can.
Do you expect to see much red in the stands?
I would imagine there will be. Yeah, I mean, you think about a team that probably their fans thought that they would be here a while ago, not waiting to see if, dependent on that quarterfinal game. So I would imagine they usually travel pretty well, just like our fans, and so it should be a great atmosphere here on Friday.
Audrey's got points in 4 of her last 5. What have you seen on her?
She's just a consummate true professional. She plays the game the right way. She's never played above really the 3rd line on our team, but she blocks shots, she kills penalties, she gets timely points, timely goals, makes those little plays that you need everybody to make, and she does them consistently, all while applying to med school and 4.0 and the sciences and things like that. I mean, she's won multiple awards here recently in regards to her academics and what she does in the community. So yeah, she represents our program really, really well.
Brad, you've had plenty of players come through this program that were very, very highly skilled and had some grit, and some players that had a lot of grit and some skill. The mix of skill and grit with Abby Murphy, have you had many players like that through here?
Never. She's one of a kind. She's so dynamic, so fast, great hands, explosive, so competitive, loves to win, and loves to make her teammates better. Obviously plays with an edge, and I just don't think there's a lot of female hockey players that play like that. And so sometimes that can be taken the wrong way by others, but when Murph is on her game, in particular the last probably 2 weeks has been the best that I've seen her in her career.
Is she maybe a prototype of what future women's hockey players are going to be like, particularly now that we know that the Pro League allows a lot of physicality?
Yeah, I still don't see many players like that though, that invite the physical nature of the game, actually really enjoy it. And a lot of that's her upbringing and her family in Southside Chicago and all those types. There's a lot of things wrapped in there, right? But man, she's somebody that you absolutely love having on your team, and other teams hate to play against.
Do you kind of hope that edge that she plays with kind of rubs off on her teammates, especially in a game like this coming up this weekend?
It does. I mean, there's no doubt that the effort, the attitude that she has in her approach to games is something that gives our players confidence to know that Murph's in the trenches here too. Oftentimes your top players, when things get tough, can maybe shy away from things, and she just leans into it.
Prior to the WCHA tournament, she and the whole top line were a little bit snake bit. What do you think helped open that up for the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's just 3 really good players there with Yost, Murph, and Ella, and for Ella, it's coming down to the end for her, and her and Murph have been playing together since they were 12 years old, and they always tend to click, but all 3 of them are too good to not produce, and they might have hit a little skid there for a little bit, but it was just a matter of time. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
How much fun is this opportunity? I know it's pressure. I know pressure's a privilege.
Yep.
How much fun is just being a part of Frozen?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I don't know. Head coach here for 18 years. I think this is my 11th as a head coach, and I mean, it is special. And I think sometimes if you're just so focused on the outcome and the preparation, you forget how hard it is to get here and to really enjoy it. And so that was the message to our team today: is let's enjoy the heck out of this week. You're one of 4 teams playing on the last weekend of the year. I feel like last weekend there was a ton of pressure, right? When you're trying to get to the Frozen Four when you know it's at your own rink and it's sold out, and if you're not there, somebody else is using your locker room and things like that. And you know, now we're here. So you've accomplished the goal of setting yourself up to make the Frozen Four and give yourself the opportunity. And so super excited about that chance, and I know our girls are as well.
What's it like to be a Coach of the Year finalist?
Yeah, great. I mean, I don't see it working out for me, considering I wasn't even in the top 3 in the WCHA. So, but you make the Frozen Four, and you know, you automatically get into the whatever it is, semifinals, quarterfinals, whatever it is. But so happy for our group, and really excited about the week.
How excited are you for this opportunity?
I'm so excited. Like, my goal coming into college hockey was to always like try and win a national championship, and like now we have the opportunity to go do that, so it's super exciting.
With Wisconsin as the opponent, you're very familiar with them. So as a goalie, what kind of things do you have to watch for to try to keep the puck out of the net?
Honestly, like, just do your best to stop the puck and play quick. Like, they're so good off the rush. Like, they drive the net, they'll get to rebounds. Like, I guess trying to make the first save, like not letting out any rebounds, that's a big one. Trying to play the puck as much as I can, like help my teammates. But yeah, they're such a talented team, so just play with an edge, kind of like he was talking about Murph. Like, kind of have to play with some fire to keep up with them.
You had your first assist on Friday. What was that like?
I didn't even know I got one. It was kind of funny. Like, I went to the bench and people were telling me. But yeah, I don't know, I felt pretty good. I think I just like set it or passed it to someone on a breakout, and then Murph went down and scored. So thanks to her for that one. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Brad was talking about wiping the slate clean. You know, given everything that happened with you guys in Wisconsin in the regular season, though, is it hard to forget that, or do you want to remember that, knowing going like you guys gotta get over the hump here in this game?
I think, especially the weekend we went and played at their rink, I think that was like, that's kind of a weekend that drives me now. Like, I know that wasn't my game that I was playing that weekend, and obviously that's a bit of a regret, but it gives me motivation to want to come and play my game and like do everything I can to give my team a chance to win this weekend. So I think it does motivate me a little bit. I want to remember it.
Goalie play at this time of year is so important. How much, you know, I mean, you chose this as your profession, so
Yeah.
how much is this, do you embrace the pressure, embrace the idea that you're going to be a key piece to whatever the outcome will be?
Yeah, I do. Like, I think most goalies can relate to this. Like, it's so fun being the backbone of a team. Like, yes, it comes with its like lows at times, but then like when you can be a difference maker, like, it's so fun, and it's such a fun position to be in.
How do you kind of keep the emotions in check? Maybe not let the moment kind of take over, knowing it's such a big moment, a big opportunity, not just for you, for them as well, obviously, but you know, how do you keep the emotions in check?
Kind of just like being in awe of the moment, like especially playing at our home rink. Like, I know in the game like we just played against Colgate, like kind of just take times where I'll just like look up in the stands and like remember how lucky I am to be in the position I am and playing at Minnesota. And I think that kind of just drives me to have fun and just do everything I can to help my team. So I think that's like a big part of that.
What kind of emotions do you expect just looking up and seeing all the spectacle it's the Frozen Four?
I think just like, I don't know, I had like joy, like excitement, like even today just seeing our rink all, like the ice all done up, like it's awesome. It's just so exciting, so yeah.
What's it going to take to kind of beat them this time around?
We just got to play our game. Like, I think we've been playing some really good hockey, and like our last game against them was pretty close. Like, came down to the last 20 seconds. So I think if we just play like that and then maybe like a little bit better than that, like, I think we can do it. So I'm excited to see how we play.
You heard the end of Brad's statement where he just asked him, it's pressure's a privilege, everybody wants to be here. How important is it to absorb and appreciate the opportunity you have this weekend?
It's so important. Like, I think like every college hockey team would kill to be in the position we're in right now. So I think like as we go into this, like we need to think about how lucky we are to be here and like be grateful for that. And I think that's going to drive our whole team.
How long does that last goal against Wisconsin stick with you?
Yeah, it stings a little bit. Like, just I don't know. It sucked. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Like, it was a heartbreaker for all of us, especially to lose with like that much time left. But then again, like more motivation for this next game as well. So it's okay.
Are you pretty good just to let it go like that, just let it go?
Yeah, I think like especially like throughout this year, like being in the position that I've been in, I've gotten a lot better at it. Like kind of just if a goal goes in, like let it roll off my back, like no matter how big it is, because there's more games to come, like this one this weekend. So yeah.
Wisconsin's a team that can really pound the offensive zone. Does that sort of keep you awake a little bit more, or is there not really a silver lining to it?
Yeah, I feel like whenever you're gonna play against someone, you just know you're gonna be busy. So just try to have fun with it. Like, but as a goalie, you love those games. Like, you want all those shots. So I'm excited.
What's it like playing with somebody like Abby Murphy in front of you?
It's so fun. Like, especially in practices. Like, we always compete. Like, we'll have like little bets, and then when practice is over, she'll do like shootouts and things like that. So it's so fun being able to practice with her, and then just having a clutch player like that on your team. It's so fun to watch.
When you have a little bet, what's the bet on, and how much is the bet for?
No, just like oh, like I'll make more saves on her, and then like she'll score more goals on me, like in practice. Like just there's nothing like to it. It's just like
You're
I guess
not-
bragging rights.
You're not taping a $100 bill to
No. No, it's just like I don't know. I feel like whoever wins can chirp the other person a little bit more.
Yeah, I was asking Brett about this before when you're standing back there, but she's a combination of skill and grit. Have you ever played with or against anyone with that combination?
I think I played with some players with that combination, but I don't think any as good as her. I think she's probably the best player I've ever played with.